It appears that the streets have finally figured out how Diddy contracted HIV. So girl, please sit down and close the door. And I promise that you're going to be shaken. Rumor has it that Diddy had a brief affair with influencer Gina Tew in the past, during which she allegedly infected him with HIV. Now say, what? And every time we believe that the pandemonium is finally coming to an end, something new arises, and the circumstances surrounding Gina are about to blow things up once more. What was the precise way that Diddy and Gina met, and to whom did Gina? They spread the virus. Let's dissect it. All right, so it's intriguing that Gina would raise her voice. However, since she has never shied away from discussing her status, I suppose we shouldn't be very shocked. In fact, she is one of the few influencers who have stepped up to talk about it without feeling ashamed about it. In 2022, she came forward on her own and disclosed that she was unaware that she had HIV. It's progressed to AIDS due to prolonged, untreated treatment. All I know is that they said I had to have it for 8 to 10 years because I was so sick to the point of death, she added. Additionally, I was homeless at the time and resided in New York City. I was essayed on a few occasions. It's not something I want to discuss. I now ask that you all remember the New York portion, as we will return to it shortly. Gina has shared more videos about her experiences coping with the virus since she first made her status public. One such video has the caption, "I lost all my muscle and strength due to immune system, AIDS, and being in a hospital bed for so long."
This will be the last time that we stand. I don't know how long we've been here, but
Yeah, I've got here probably about 20 minutes before you.
you ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Push through those legs. Come on, push, 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 push. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Push through those legs. Come on, do it. Push those legs. Anyway, not bad.
Not bad at all.
However, she has been working hard to improve. She also disclosed a while back that she had gone from weighing only 65 pounds to over 100 pounds. So, last y'all heard I was 98 pounds, she said. Correct, I weigh 105 pounds presently. Oh, really? Made it, baby. The doctor said it was actually 106 pounds, but I'm like, no, because I'm taking off one for my clothes, you know, and my shoes. You guys, even if it's 1.6, I made it. That weight was my objective. She appears to be doing well and has resumed walking independently. However, how is this related to Diddy? Rumor has it that Diddy may have been the one to infect Gina with HIV because he reportedly has the virus himself. This is crazy. But once Diddy was sent to prison, the conspiracy notion began to gain traction. He had access to his upscale physicians when he was out, and maintaining a low viral load was simple. It was so low that no one could have predicted it. Even though there were rumors at the time, many people didn't believe them since he appeared to be in good health. However, it's hardly shocking that Diddy would supposedly have an STD or STI when you consider it. Not in a good way, his bizarre behavior is legendary. Freak-off sessions that went too far have been reported, and based on how those incidents transpire, it appears that they don't always remember to wear protection. STIs and STDs were allegedly distributed like party favors, and the freak-offs were insane. Not to mention the reports that he reportedly infected Usher with herpes. In other words, HIV is not unimaginable. And the virus's consequences became apparent after Diddy was sent to prison and lost access to his pricey doctors. People could not help but notice Diddy's change in appearance from the beginning of the trial. That dazzling, relentless energy he used to carry with him everywhere was gone. Instead, he appeared smaller, older, and more worn out, as if life had taken a serious turn for the worse. Whether he was walking the red carpet, or simply walking the city like he owned it. And no, this wasn't a little reduction in weight. Something was wrong, something deeper, and rumors that this was more than stress began to circulate. Most initially attributed it to the pressure. Anyone, especially someone who has been enjoying the good life for decades, would have been shaken by the legal troubles he was in. However, this felt unique. People were concerned about what was left because it appeared as though the shine had entirely faded off. It was not long before the rumors began to circulate. People started expressing that this felt different as the days passed. Being out of his element or losing the limelight wasn't the only thing at stake. Some began to think that something far more profound was happening. Whispers become full-fledged conjecture. An increasing number of individuals started to speculate that his appearance might be related to a major health issue rather than being the result of aging or pressure. And rather rapidly, the idea that Diddy might be battling HIV took center stage. When those courtroom sketches were posted online, the discussion only became louder. His visage was scrutinized by social media users who zoomed in on every aspect. They drew attention to his lifeless eyes, hollow cheeks, and lack of vitality, which didn't seem like him. The physical change was evident when people compared the sketches and actual video to earlier images. Even court reporters who were present in the room made comments about how strange he appeared, raising eyebrows because he was not only emotionally spent, but also physically lethargic. This was no longer idle rumors. Fans and critics alike began to seriously discuss it online, raising concerns about what might actually be happening behind the scenes. Girl, the internet literally went up in flames after that, when I say that it erupted. Not everyone was only discussing Diddy's potential meddling. The real shock was the flurry of rumors that he may have spread HIV to other celebrities during those notorious freak-offs. And once it began to circulate, things became really nasty. Because, let's face it, there is a large list of celebrities who are reported to have attended those events. And some of those names are very well known in the business. It felt like a scandal waiting to happen once people began to piece things together. Diddy wasn't the exclusive focus anymore. The question of who might have been engaged and who might have been impacted became significantly. The fact that Hollywood already has that reputation only makes it worse. It's the kind of situation where everyone eventually hooks up with everyone. The boundaries between friendships, partnerships, and hookups are so hazy that there would be significant repercussions even if just a little portion of this allegation were accurate. In addition to Diddy's standing, people began to doubt the integrity and well-being of some of the biggest names in the industry. After then, Jaguar Wright arrived and doused the fire with gasoline. Diddy had HIV, but she went beyond that. She asserted that he wasn't alone and that he had been dealing with it for some time. She claims that at least 20 other males in the field may be dealing with the same issue. The internet went into overdrive after that claim. People began revisiting clips with a completely different perspective, looking into previous appearances and retrieving old interviews.
He actually caught HIV, like having like a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You want to know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
He didn't stop. And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
An advocate. Now he did that. And
period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? G.
Come on.
In the game.
Man.
Because I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names, and wouldn't nobody be able to sue me.
From there, the internet went into full investigation mode as the rumors took off. People began looking into Diddy's previous connections in the industry and relationships in an attempt to determine who else might be involved in this disaster. Usher was one name that kept coming up repeatedly. The closeness between Diddy and Usher in the past was instantly brought up by fans. particularly the rumors that Usher lived with him when he was a teenager. And with these fresh claims circling, all those old questions came surging back to the surface. However, it didn't end there. Additional names began to be added to the mix as well. Given how frequently Meek Mill has been spotted with Diddy in recent years, his name was mentioned. Then Craig Mack, who died in 2018 from what was said to be heart failure, started to come up in conversation once more, with people asking whether there was more to his story than what was previously shared. Not even Kim Porter's name was forbidden. Fans have always thought that something wasn't quite right with the way things turned out, even though her death was officially attributed to pneumonia. But one name that people could have never seen coming is Gina Tew. Do you recall how she claimed to have contracted HIV in New York? She recently acknowledged that the individual who infected her with HIV is a well-known celebrity who resides in New York and leads a similar lifestyle, if you get what I mean. And Diddy is the only person who more closely matches that description. She reportedly stated that she was certain the individual who sent it to her was a certain famous man she had been dating intermittently for years and who she truly harbored affections for. The influencer began to reconsider how she had gotten the virus after someone she knew informed her about an interview with the unidentified celebrity. She discussed how, because of his behavior, she had dealt with police officers rather than this individual, and she claimed that his remarks during the interview caused her to reconsider.
And I've dealt with cops over this person due to sexual conduct stuff that I thought was no big deal, so I brushed it off. But the fact that it's coming back to my face and they're telling me stuff about STDs and all this mess, and this man has been with me and everybody else doing the same thing with everybody else, and I don't know how to just brush it off anymore, because it's like, what if, what if this is the person who did this to me and he's living his best life? But hey, you can't have assumptions because it just makes an ass out of you and me. That's what they say. I'll never know, right? But I just don't like seeing stuff like that. I wake up and it ruins my whole day, because I'm like, I don't think about this stuff for that reason, because I don't want to even, I can't do anything about it.
And considering all the evidence against Diddy, plus the previous allegations of him keeping his STI status hidden and allegedly giving Usher herpes, it's not all that shocking that he would allegedly do this to Gina. This is heartbreaking, but drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.
It's also not all that shocking that Diddy would allegedly do this to Gina, given all the evidence against him and the earlier claims that he concealed his STI status and gave Usher herpes. This is heartbreaking, but drop your thoughts in the comments, then watch this subsequent video.